Okay. So, is there anything that you have in mind specifically that you want to talk about today?
Um, I have we have our big, kind of like taper meet, rest meet coming up for swimming, and it is the weekend after Thanksgiving, so it's kind of getting to the time where it's really stressful, and I have to like make sure that I'm doing everything right and practicing well and eating well and sleeping well and getting all my work done, and having it be after Thanksgiving where you eat a lot over Thanksgiving and you kind of like to spend time with your family over Thanksgiving. I have to make sure that I don't eat too much over Thanksgiving, because when we rest and taper, you have to, like, you're not working out as much, so it's really easy to gain weight and lose muscle and like gain fat instead, which is really bad for swimming. So I'm kind of nervous about like Thanksgiving break and not being able to get it to be a real break.
So, since you're nervous, like it seems like it's really a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
A lot of pressure because it is break, it's Thanksgiving, and Thanksgiving is the holiday of eating, really, and you have to basically watch how much you eat because of what you have going on.
Yeah, yeah. And it's not always fun when everybody else gets to do that.
Yeah.
But in the end, I'm sure it's going to be worth it because, I mean, it's one meet, it's one weekend, but it is a huge meet, and there is a ton of pressure on you to do well because, like, there's a 3-day meet, and you're expected to win your events and swim as fast as you can, and it's now there's like pressures to beat since I'm a senior, there's pressures like that the underclassmen are going to beat you, and that isn't really what's supposed to happen. Like, I'm supposed to be the one that's winning, and it's really stressful to have them beating you in dual meets, and then, so hopefully, I usually tend to be a good swimmer rested, but I'm not really sure.
So do you think that there's anything that you could eat that won't affect your body weight that much? Like, what do you guys eat over Thanksgiving?
Everything.
Everything. So like
basic
turkey.
Yeah, like turkey, corn, potatoes, basic standard Thanksgiving food, dessert.
So would you mind like after the meet, like would you mind possibly having your Thanksgiving after
Like
that?
after?
Yeah.
I could do that too. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I mean, didn't think about that.
It's not the same because you won't be with family and everything.
Yeah.
But like while everyone else is eating turkey and picking out,
Yeah.
and you have to eat like carrots or like something like real low fat or whatever.
Yeah.
But that's possibly an option to just like wait until afterwards, and then you could have like save your leftovers and then
Yeah. I think that's a good idea. Yeah. So far, my plan is to just make a small plate of food and maybe ask my mom to start it earlier so I can spread out food, like have it a little for lunch and for dinner instead of like just for dinner, so it wouldn't be like all at once. But yeah, I didn't think about doing that afterwards, but that's a good idea.
I know I'm kind of in the same boat because my friend is getting married soon. So I'm kind of worried about, the Thanksgiving thing. So I have to fit into a bridesmaid dress, so I know where you're coming from. So it's like, do I pig out and just work out really hard?
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah. It's not that easy.
Yeah.
Food is, like you said, food is a huge part of Thanksgiving. That's all it really is about. Well, not really, but it's about like the family and the friends. But so I'm sure it's gonna be fine. It's just a different event and it's a different year, and it's my last year swimming, so it's kind of like more pressure to do even better, go out with a bang. Like I only have, I don't know, I only have so many meets to swim well and go my best times, and it's like reality starting to hit me that I'm like done in like a couple months, and like there's no more swimming, there's no more like, I mean obviously there still is, but there's no more like competing with a team or then it's going out into the real world. So
to kind of take the pressure off of this one time, what have you been doing to kind of like build yourself up into this point? Because I feel like if you don't worry so, if you don't like kind of cram everything into like a couple days or a weekend to get prepared for your competition, it shouldn't matter like if what you eat on that day. Like if you've been preparing, working out, practicing all the way up until Thanksgiving, one day it really shouldn't, hurt you.
yeah.
I mean, long as it stops that one day, like you eat on that one day and just enjoy yourself, and then after that you get back into, conditioning yourself and getting into shape. So what have you been doing up until this point right now?
Well, like I've been like eating regular or like whatever normally for me, which is probably a lot for most other people. But right now, like our training is still up really high, whereas when we rest for meets, our like training goes a lot lower, and it kind of like plateaus down or like drops down significantly. So you're supposed to rest your body and not do as much. So when I work out, like instead of working out 5 hours a day, it would drop down to like 2. So it's just like a huge, and instead of it being like 90% intensity, it drops down to like 40 maybe. So it's not as high intensity. But yeah, like it really shouldn't be a big deal if I just like splurge in one day, but I think it more affects me mentally than like actually physically, because I could be thinking about it like during the meet, like oh my gosh, I ate so much on Thanksgiving. Is it gonna like weigh me down when I'm swimming? Is that gonna make me swim terribly because I did that? Yeah. I think I'm like more of a mental person about that kind of stuff.
Okay, mentally, I noticed you said mentally, and then earlier you were talking about the underclassmen. So do you think that it's not necessarily you doing well and possibly winning, is basically not letting the underclassmen show you up? Do you think that is more of a competition within yourself to not let the underclassmen beat you, because then it will make you feel like you're getting old maybe, or you don't have it anymore or something like that?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think some of it, like, but I think that me losing to them or like letting somebody younger than me beat me, like some people I would be like more okay with it, but I think the big thing for me would be time. So like, say they went faster than me, but I still went like a best time. I think I would be okay with that. Whereas like, they went faster than me, and I swam really slow. I swam like slower than I do in like a dual meet or something like that.
Yeah.
I think that would upset me more than. And like I'm also in order to get on like a relay, you have to swim well individually. And I'm a really big relay swimmer. I like to swim with the rest of my team, or like a group of girls, and like that makes me nervous that I'm not going to be able to make the cut to get on a relay, because relays are really fun. and it's really exciting. There's lots of energy and yeah.
Okay, so it seems as if you're really excited about your meet coming up. You're nervous at the same time because the holiday is coming up, so you have to basically stay within your limits of the calories that you gain. Um, and you're kind of worried about everything on how, will you make your time for the meet and everything. And this is your last year, so you feel like you have to go out with a bang. So is that, did I?
Yeah, I think, yeah, I think that that's definitely how I feel and kind of what's going on.
Okay. So what do you plan to, what is your goals for preparing these last couple of weeks for the meet? Like, what is your whole plan dealing with Thanksgiving and your meet being so close together?
I think probably what I'll work towards is kind of make sure that I have things in order and things planned and organized so that when I go home for Thanksgiving, it doesn't just hit me that, oh, well, I'm not ready for this. I'm not ready for the meet now that I've been at home and lazy and doing nothing or like, so I think organizing things and setting up a schedule, and I think that'll probably be the most beneficial thing, and just kind of maybe relaxing and just maybe being confident that what I've done will work out in the end.
Mm-hmm.
All the work that I've put in will.
Well, that sounds like a great plan, and I think you're on the track of having everything figured out. So, talk to you next time we meet, and we'll see how you're meeting.
Thank you.